Hey guys, I'm Rob,
I'm Scott.
and we had recently done an interview with it was Fox 17 News, and there's been so many couples out there to ask us questions about what it's like to adopt and have so many children. By the way, if you see all the clothes behind us, that's actually because we're in one of our shops called Closet Case. It's a community-based organization. It's kind of like a thrift store, a little upscale thrift store, so that way people can come in and they can buy clothes for cheap for their kids. They don't have to spend nearly as much money. And because we know what it's like. We have 9. But anyway, some of the questions that we get asked, we wanted to go ahead and share that information with y'all. And maybe it'll cut down on some of the questions.
Exactly.
Okay. So, people ask us all the time, number one, you must have a big house, really big house. And actually, our house, we got...
It started out, it was a 3-bedroom house. So we had to make do of small spaces to accommodate our kids. For example, we had tri-beds, and which is like bunk beds, but there's 3 of them. And then we had bunk beds, which is 2. So we could host 5 kids in one room until we built onto our house 2 bedrooms in the front.
So we ended up having to add 2 more bedrooms, which we have to divide the kids up. Boys, of course, have their own room, so it's generally 2 boys to a room. And then Tasha is actually now, she's 19 years old. She's getting ready to be 20, so she's working toward independent living. And in that article, I know that a lot of people have a hard time with adopting and what our experience was like with our first ones as well. And our first experience was crazy because we actually got into it with foster parenting, and that was a hard experience. Would I recommend for people to do it? Not necessarily, but there's good and there's bad that comes along with that, just like anything else. You get heartbroken. Your hopes are up really, really high. And with us, it was like we had the department working against us. And that was a hard experience for us. We were openly together. We were openly, obviously, gay. We've been together now for 25 years.
24 years.
So we never hid anything of who that we are. And I think ultimately that's kind of what they wanted. Whenever we adopted the first 2, actually, Scott was the first one. He had to be the one that adopted because there could only be one father at that time on the birth certificate. So he done the adoption, and I just got legal guardianship. And then as the adoption progressed and as the laws have progressed, the last 4 that we ended up adopting, it was a sibling group. And there's a lot of irony whenever it comes to that over the story of the last 4 and how all that happened, but we'll save that for a different article. So anyway, we ended up going through, as time progressed, we were able to adopt children in both of our names. However, birth certificates are the way they are, and sometimes one of us may end up being the mother.
And the other, the father.
Yeah, and I think I'm the mother to 1.
And I'm the mother to 2.
4.
Yes, 4.
Yeah, he's the mother of the 4. I'm the father to those 4. All right, so anyway, getting on with the questions. I bet your grocery bill is outrageous. Well, yeah,
It's crazy.
It is outrageous. Our grocery bill is probably about...
Sometimes our bill is $400, sometimes it's $500, sometimes it's $1,000. It's according to
what we have planned that week and what's going on that week. If you were to go on monthly totals, then you're looking at a couple of $1,000s at least.
Easily.
Clipping coupons is always a great idea. The next one, you must cook all day. Actually, we cook quite a bit. There's quite a bit of cooking that goes on at the house. We also tend to, we support our community. We like to eat at Rock Island Market, which is a great place to be able to eat. If you ever come to Rock Island, you definitely need to be able to get a Rock Island burger at Beano's over there. They have wonderful, amazing food. But that's generally whenever we're busy, which that's all the time. So otherwise, we like to be able to sit down at night and have dinner together and sit there as a family and everybody eat.
And discuss what their day was like.
Which leads us to the next question. Is it chaotic at your house?
24/7.
All the time. It's chaotic. It's crazy. 9 kids, there's not a dull moment. We have animals too. We do have dogs. Now
And we've rescued some cats. So we've got a mixture of everything, but it's a place of love.
Yeah. Now we have 2 cats.
Yeah.
And a crazy bird. So if you ever drive by our house and you hear a squealing or a squawking late at night, that's coming from down at the garage, which there's a bird down there. And yeah, he'll drive you crazy. He's up for sale right now. All right. So anyway, the next question is, do you ever have a adult time, just like a date night to each other? We try. We try to. I think the past 2 times that we've actually scheduled that, I was sick one time and had to end up leaving really quick, and then he ended up getting sick
Yeah.
the next time. So, and then we ended up having a date night whenever we were on a houseboat. That was great. That was a fun time.
It was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, but we were paranoid the whole time as to what was going to happen and what was going to go on. You know, at least now our kids are old enough that they can. Let's see, one's 19, 2 of them are 14, about to be 15 years old this year, so they can do some babysitting. But we don't utilize them for that. I want for them to be able to be a child and have fun, but they also have to have responsibilities as well. So the next question is, how does your everyday routine work? That's always a really wide range question. That's a weird question. I mean, how does everybody else's everyday routine work? You get up, you get dressed, you
Get on with your day, and then it's time to pick up the kids. You got to think about dinner. You got to finish closing the store. I mean, there's a lot, but it's just like no more than anyone else's.
Yeah, but with us, go ahead and amplify that. So you get up, you wake up to arguing first thing in the morning, which nobody really wants to wake up to arguing first thing in the morning. It's always something petty. It's always over somebody got somebody else's shoes, something crazy, something silly, or making sure that all the kids have socks on, because Noah, the youngest, doesn't like to wear socks. He's very Huckleberry Finn. He likes to be outside all the time. And if he could, yeah, he wouldn't even wear shoes. But anyway, making sure that all that stuff is done. And then laundry. Is our laundry, that was another question. I bet you have a lot of laundry. Yes.
Every day, 2 to 4 loads every single day.
We have tons and tons and tons of laundry. Homeschool or public school? Great one. Because for a while, for 5 years, we were actually homeschooling. And that was what we were wanting. We thought that homeschooling would be great. We really wanted that tight-knit family situation to be able to feel good and everybody really get along and stuff. And that's really good in dreaming. But in the truth of it all, whenever I'm over there and I'm having school, we would separate. He would teach some of the younger ones.
He had the older ones.
Yeah, so we would divide that up. But whenever I'm over there teaching and we're seeing a fishing pole go around the corner of the house down to the river, then we know that homeschooling's not working out too good.
So we decided to put them in public school, which is working really good because they are enjoying the socialization of having friends, being invited to things, going on field trips.
Well, Noah did write a report that he said his teacher was probably a little upset about how much he didn't want school. But that's okay, because we warned them. We let them know if they weren't getting their work done, then they needed to be in public school. And there was a couple that would not whatsoever get their work done. And it wouldn't be fair to hold some out without all of them being able to go and get the full experience of school.
But we were never getting breaks either. So it was 24/7 with the kids. Either we were working, we were doing school, we were homeschooling. All we did was raise kids. So it was our time to break away a little bit. So that's part of the reason why that we chose public school.
And that's been, I'm waiting for the principal to be able to start giving us more calls. We have a pretty good relationship with the school. I like them down there. I think they're great. And that wasn't really the problem to begin with whenever it comes to homeschooling. It was just I wanted a better education for them. They didn't want a better education for themselves. So you people out there that you're able to homeschool your children all the way from little ones all the way through, that's great. That's wonderful. And hands up to you. Great job. For us, because we do have 9 of them, good luck. I'm out. I'm good. The first day they went to public school, I mean, instead of like standing there crying and being all sad, I felt like Tom Cruise in Risky Business, and I was ready. I was happy. I was good. I was wanting them to be able to get to school and hoping they had a great day. But we haven't seen all their grades yet either. So we don't know really for sure. I'm waiting for the first parent-teacher conference because I really want to know. So, next question. Is your community okay with you?
I don't think we've ever had any problems with anyone because we are who we are, and we are openly gay with 9 kids, and we give to our community, we work for our community, and everybody knows us as the boys, and they know we have 9 kids. So,
but it's Rock Island area too. We live in an area that's got the water. We have the Collins River, the Caney River. It's a beautiful area. It's a laxed area.
River life.
It is river life, 1,000%.
For sure.
That's who we are. So yeah, I guess the people that have always been the hardest, or the ones that we've always had the hardest time, was immediate family. There's a lot of dogma to try to overcome there. We can't change who that we are or how we are. Sorry. We can't. We try to do the best by everybody that we possibly can, and we try to love each other as much as what that we can and give each other great respect. And right now our community has got a ton of support. So to be able to hear the question, does your community support you, or do you have a lot of problems with your community? I was raised up here. This is what I know. It's country life. It is. But it's good country life. It's where that a neighbor still is able to help a neighbor. And now the community is starting to get back to where that it needs to be, where that we know each other, we're happy with each other, where even whenever the kids are able to go walking through the fields and go down to the river, then if one of my neighbors sees them, then I know that they're okay. I know that somebody's got an eye on them, and I feel really good about that. But next question is, what things do you do for fun? Well, back to river life. Rock Island, if you ever get a chance to come to Rock Island, and you need to, Rock Island's it's an area that beats to its own drum. It is an area that's unincorporated, which is great. I prefer to keep it that way. People get along, and it's laid back. Time here is a little different because it is river life. Basically, anywhere you go, you're going to be close to a river, so you might as well enjoy fishing, which I don't.
I love.
He does.
But kayaking and boating and going on the houseboat and just walking the river edges and seeing the things, nature, finding things. It's a lot of fun. It
is a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I'm very happy, very fortunate, very proud to be raised up in this area. This is the area that I was born at, and this is the area that I grew up in. And Scott now has been here since the duration of us being together. And once you have Rock Island blood, you
don't get it out.
You don't get it out. It is what it is. But anyway, just to be able to give you a little more insight between who that we are as a couple, instead of just the video that you see or the show that you see on the news, it didn't give so much as to that. And we're probably gonna post more as things progress, as time progresses. I think that each child should be able to have a chance to be able to explain who that they are and the way that they feel about the situation as well. But until next time,
See you later.
See you later.